What if Meeple could shoot 2 arrows, or hold attacks? Well, these questions got me wondering, how complex can we make a brawler like Meeple? Because today, we're adding all these abilities onto Meeple. But quick intro note, that today's mention will make Meeple very strong, so just imagine that every brawler has a complex mechanic like these. But, back to the video. Alright, so the first main thing you're here for is of course making his attack way more complex. Currently he shoots one projectile that homes in and deals 2600 damage, which is very simple for an epic brawler, but we want to make him even more complex than a legendary brawler. So let's change the attacks he release. If you hold Meeple's attack down for more than 2 seconds, it will charge up a dice that will be large and deal more damage. It will start up with the initial 2600 damage and take 1 ammo for that. However, if you hold more into his attack after every 1 second, it will take 0.5 of your ammo and add up 1300 damage. But it will also lower your projectile speed of that attack by 5%. Meeple will not be able to load his ammo while you hold his attack, and when you move around the projectile, the charge will end. However, during a super, if you reach 7800 damage, aka all your ammo, it will have a 50% chance to crit, which will make it deal 25% more damage, and it will stun the enemy for 1.5 seconds. The do not pass ghost star power will not work during this type of attack. But we ain't done with his attacks. You know how I mentioned how it would be cool if he could shoot 2 projectiles, or actually scratch out 3 projectiles at once? Well, Meeple will have an additional button that let him switch modes. To the quick game mode, his attack button will work differently. You will first have to click the attack button and choose how many projectiles to fire, with the max being 3. However, these projectiles will only deal 1300 per ammo, and will travel 20% faster. But anyways, after you hold your attack, which will return you to your regular mode, it will fire the amount you wanted if you had the required ammo, and after that, it will return you to the quick game mode. But these attacks also have a 25% chance to stun enemies for 0.5 seconds during his super. So you can now have 3 types of attacks with Meeple, but we mess around with super a lot. However, his super gets even more complex than that. So going further on how Meeple's super work, Meeple will be able to hold his super, and if holding more than 3 seconds, it will make a 50% larger area of his super. But he's the only one who can use a super, and this definitely will help in solo modes or when teammates aren't near. So that handles the super, but what's left to give him to make it more complex? Well, I think his star power and gadgets are fine to leave, even though you could argue that they could be more like complex, but you do have to read their descriptions, so it's kinda complex. However, Meeple doesn't have a Hypercharge, and you probably know what we're going to do next with it. Meeple's Hypercharge is rules are meant to be broken, and I repeat, this is not a Star Rail reference totally. Anyhow, this Hypercharge will give everyone on his team, including him, a super that moves along with him, and they can pierce through any wall, even if the super's not touching them. And in addition, he will deal 25% more damage, have a 5% shield, and go 24% faster. So all the things mentioned will make Meeple way more complex. But what if we make mythic gears for brawlers that actually make them useless instead? Well, check out this video, and don't forget to subscribe.